Welcome back to Maybe Pancakes, the pancake show where we make cooking. A special welcome to Will. That's what I'm going to call you now. Everyone who's subscribed, Will. Any resemblance to a Will, living or dead, is purely coincidental. And I'm not doing this to piss off my boss, whose name is Will. If you want to become Will, press the subscribe button. So today we're making fluffy Japanese pancakes. It's going to be great. I have never done it before, but we're gonna learn together, you and I. Okay, let's get into it.
Into a pretty big mixing bowl to put 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 grams or half a teaspoon of baking soda, 4 grams or 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 grams or 2 pinches of salt, and 1 pinch of vanilla. Then give it a quick mix before adding 300 grams or 3 deciliters of buttermilk. Remember that your butter needs to be melted, and add 2 egg yolks while your butter is melting. Save the egg whites because you will need them later. Maybe just put them in a cup like I do. And be very careful not to get any egg yolk in the egg white, because then you will ruin it and have to redo it. And that's not fun, it's wasteful. Give it a quick mix. Realize that you think that the batter might be too thick, so you add a little bit more buttermilk, which you will realize is a terrible idea in a little bit. Give it a quick mix again, which is also a bad idea. Pour in your melted butter, which I'm using brown butter because I think that tastes better than just melted butter, and mix it again. Try not to overmix the batter, because just like American pancakes, overmixed batter makes for tough pancakes, and you don't want tough pancakes, you want fluffy Japanese pancakes. Then just wipe down the sides of the bowl and put the bowl aside, because now we're doing the fun part. Now we're doing the fun part. Into a thoroughly cleaned mixing bowl, you put 6 egg whites. And don't do this. Separate your egg yolks over somewhere else. You don't want egg yolks in your egg whites. Start whisking and add a splash of white vinegar or lemon juice or cream of tartar, just to make it hold up better. Add 30 grams of granulated sugar gradually, and then just whisk the hell out of it. You want it to become stiff peaks, almost like if you're making meringue. Okay, now it's time to combine the egg whites with the batter. So first you add a little bit of egg whites, and you can just kind of mash it in there. You don't need to be very careful. Yeah, just mix it. And then as you gradually add the rest of the egg whites, you want to be more careful to not deflate the egg whites, because you want the egg whites to add as a flufferer or whatever. Dump in your egg whites and fold it in gently fold it in. And this might take a little while just to get all the egg whites combined. And when it's fluffy and pretty like this, you are done. So wipe down the sides of the bowl and let's go over to the stovetop. Just kidding, we're doing this 2 ways. So get a piping bag and try to get as much of the batter into the piping bag as possible. I spilled a bunch, but yeah, that's just life, I guess. So in a non-stick pan, place a little bit of butter and just kind of wipe it around a little bit. You don't want a bunch of butter in there, just to coat the pan. And let's try to pipe it in and make a really nice little swirly swirl. Make sure that your pan is on low heat, like low to medium heat. And nope, that didn't work. So let's try this another way. Okay, so now let's put a dollop of batter in with a spoon and see if that makes a fluffier pancake. I got my doubts. And nope, that didn't work. So let's try to make a ring mold out of tin foil, because as of this point I don't own one. And look at that beauty. It's tin foil that I folded like 4 times and then super glued into a ring or a circle-ish. So we're gonna pipe the batter into the homemade ring mold and cover with a lid. And that surprisingly worked. And let's try to flip it. Wait, yeah, no, yeah, how am I gonna, wait, how am I gonna, just get up. Yeah, okay, that seemed to work. But it got stuck. Okay, let's try to cut it out. Yeah, this isn't really arts and crafts, but let's, oh, well, okay, that kind of worked. And pick out some leftover metal. You don't want that in your face. So let's make another one, a taller one, and see if that works. But no. Yeah, no, that didn't work. But hey, we made one, right? Yeah, so that's what we made with the first ring mold. Let's put some syrup on it to make it look pretty.
So that was a fucking huge waste of time. So there are a bunch of different recipes for Japanese fluffy souffle pancakes online, and the one that I found is obviously meant for using a ring mold.
And surprise, it's another day. I have spent many hours looking through stores to find ring molds. I didn't find any, but then I went on Facebook and I found 2. So here they are. I have my round ring mold and I have my square ring mold, I guess. And let's put those aside before we start making the batter again. I'm making it half size this time because I don't want to fail and lose a bunch of ingredients just because I suck at what I do. So, add all the stuff into the bowl. I added sugar. You shouldn't add sugar, or do, you know. I don't care. The batter turned out pretty much the same anyways. Give that a quick mix, wipe down the sides, and put it aside because now we're gonna do the egg whites. Remember how I said to separate the egg whites over a separate bowl? That's why. There were 4 egg whites in there. So, clean that out and do it again and separate the egg whites over a different place because you don't want the egg yolks in the egg whites because they will be ruined. And as you start beating the ever-living hell out of your egg whites, you add a little bit of white vinegar or lemon juice or whatever to make them hold up better. And since I didn't add the sugar into this, they're not going to be as glossy and nice as before, but they're still egg whites. So start plopping in your egg whites into your batter and mix them. And as you add more, you become more and more careful not to deflate the egg whites. So in a pan over low heat, like low medium heat, you have your buttered ring mold and you just plop in your batter into your buttered ring mold. And as you can see, it doesn't flow underneath it because these ring molds are very, very nice. Check it from time to time. You can use a potato checker thing. I use spaghetti because I don't have one of those. So when the pancake is bubbling a lot after like a few minutes, you want to flip it. So let's try to take a hold of the ring mold. Ow. Okay, let's use a paper towel to kind of isolate your fingers. And then flip it. Flip it. Flip it. There you go. And just kind of move it over so it's in focus. And put the lid back on for some reason. And take away the ugly part because you don't want to eat the ugly part. And look at that. Now you kind of have to cut it out a little bit because it might have stuck to the sides of the ring mold. And there we go. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. Some butter on top, some syrup on top of the butter on top. And then let's try it out. So this is actually one of the more one of the more fluffy pancakes that I've ever made. And obviously it is because, I mean, look at that. It's not as light as I might have wanted it, but it's, I mean, it's more like a cake than it is souffle, I guess, but this isn't really souffle recipe, so yeah, let's try that out. Just one piece. Wait, no, well, just, yeah, no. Okay, maybe just one more piece. I have self-control. I can eat 2 pieces. That's fine for me. Okay, just one more piece. Okay, new plate, new shape. Look at that. It's a square and then a round one, a new round one on top of it. I wonder if the square one tastes the same as the round one. I mean, it has to, right? It's just the shape that's different. But let's take a look at the cross section. And it looks just the same. That's a shocker. And let's just give it a taste. A little tasty taste. Yeah, let me tell you, these guys were so good. I couldn't have asked for more for this recipe. And they made me do this because I like them. Okay, thank you. Bye. Subscribe.